What's going on, everyone? My name is Security Denied, and welcome back to the Average Gamer's Perspective on yet another blog post, the Destiny 2 Renegades content calendar. All right. In September, we shared a live stream outlining our plans between Ash and Iron and the launch of Destiny 2 Renegades, including plans for upcoming features and a roadmap for what's ahead. Since then, we've implemented many changes based on player feedback from the Edge of Fate and leading into Renegades. As we continue to act on your feedback, we're taking additional time to craft our long-term strategy for the future of Destiny before we share a full state of the game and multi-year roadmap next year. In the short term, we wanted to provide a preview of the changes coming to Destiny 2 with Renegades and Update 9.5.0.1. That goes live the week after launch. The team has been focused on continuing to make improvements to power and progression, quality of life updates, and the start of a new weekly ritual alongside brand new activities and systems with Renegades. All right, here is the roadmap. What do they got? So they have all the Edge of Fate stuff, what was included there, and that's all pretty much done. So Renegades launch. 9.5.0 Renegades campaign, Lawless Frontier activity, exotic mission, new dungeon equilibrium, new weapon blasters, new exotic Praxic blade, seasonal power carries over, all exotic weapons and armor featured, the Edge of Fate featured gear continues, vault space increase to plus 300. Is that like 300 more? That's pretty good. That's a lot of vault space. Vault space sorting improvements, universal exotic armor ornaments, returning player bonus and rewards, 300 power catch up, and then all of the new portal activities that they're making, including arena ops, the 6-player activities, which I think is really cool. All the new portal activity resets, the order systems, including the common, legendary, and exotic versions, and then 9.5.0.1 is going to be the weekly rituals and the Vanguard alerts, which is like the weekly reset stuff, and the new Grandmaster Nightfalls. Continued weekly modifiers and events. So Sword Week returns, and then the Foundry weapon sponsorships, which is going to be Tex Machina or Mechanica. Jeez, it's not Vox Monica. I can't speak right now. The Dawning is coming back. Arms Week is going to be bows this time around. Iron Banner's coming back. That's sick. Heavy Metal is also making a return, and then the mid-season Call to Arms, and then Surges, rewards, boosts, and more. That's the roadmap. Where we've been and where we're going. As we prepare for Destiny 2 Update 9.5.0 in December, we'd like to take a moment to reflect on some learnings from Destiny 2 Update 9.0.0 and 9.1.0 before shifting focus to our new upcoming content. Starting with the Edge of Fate, ... With the Edge of Fate, we presented a different vision for the future of Destiny 2's core game. One intended to refocus our releases and player call to action on a familiar but deeper pursuit of power and ascending to higher tiers of gear across a wider range of activities, supporting customizable challenges and commensurate rewards. Very quickly, the feedback made it clear that this was the wrong path for Destiny. I think that the system changes that they made were great. I think that they were very good ideas, but I think they were implemented wrong, and we didn't need them for the first expansion of the new Fate Saga. I think that was my issue. They didn't start the Fate Saga with a bang. They didn't start with anything flashy or exciting with a ton of activities or a super big story. It felt it just felt a little lackluster, and I think it's because they spent so much time with all of the systematic changes, like the portal and the armor system. Even if our execution had been perfect, and we see plainly that it was not, it is clear that grinding power will never be a substitute for earning a trophy. Climbing through throwaway tiers en route to the gear you want to build around isn't aspirational. And the portal itself surrenders too much of Destiny's feeling of place and exploration. These lessons, and many others besides them, have been taken to heart by our team over the last 3 months. I know. Destiny has felt a little less magical these days. It feels more like, honestly, any other game that throws you straight into a menu and you just click through the menus and then get all your stuff done. You no longer have the directory, which shows you the universe that Destiny is a part of. You don't get to see the planets, click on the planets, see the maps, and then what's on the maps with all the activities that could be done there and traveling directly to the planet. Now you're traveling directly to the mission or to the activity now instead of going through the universe that Bungie has created for us. And I'm glad that they're recognizing that and recognizing it to all of us as well. From 9.0.0 on through 9.1.5, our focus across the entire team has been response to players' feedback, starting with the fastest changes and working through the more challenging ones. Our focus was on faster, better rewards, more player agency in activity choice, and removing barriers to playing with friends. All right, going into Renegades, a focus on quality of life and rewards. I like that. I like that they're focusing on this. And updates 9.5.0 December 2nd and 9.5.0.1 December 9th, we have continued to apply lessons learned to Renegades and the core game. Some of these changes address longer-term feedback items, while others are continued iteration on feedback items from the Edge of Fate. Wider access to power progression, especially in expansion content. Players will be able to reach the power cap directly through Renegades activities if they wish. Seasonal power and featured gear carrying across seasons. All exotic weapons and armor are now featured. Additionally, we're moving power catch-up from a chest needing manual pickup to organic drops. Sign in, play Renegades, catapult to 300 power, and play with your friends. That's a good change. That's a great change. Vault capacity and upgrades to ease collection pressure. We have increased vault capacity by an additional 300 slots to 1,000. Oh, wow. Increased vault capacity by an additional 300 slots to 1,000. So we're going to have 1,000 vault space now. That's pretty great. We're working on more. In addition, the vault space now has a revamped filtering system to help find what you're looking for faster. Example, vault with many, many items. Okay. I like this is clean. Ooh, that's nice. So you get to choose specifically what you want. So this is all items, and then weapons, armor, and then cosmetics, maybe? I don't really know. Like ghost shells, sparrows, ships, things like that. And then you have a list of filters right here that you could choose from. And you can sort by highest to lowest, lowest, highest, whatever. And then you can click directly on the pages here, or you can click the arrow. That's nice. That's real nice. So if you want to filter out all of the armor that you don't want to see, just right here, that's cool. And I like that. I wish we could see the list of filters. Maybe it's in the next image. Example of sorting features including tiers, slots, and power, lowest, highest. Okay. So I'm guessing this is some of the filtering that you can do. So date added, rarity, power, tier, slot. Oh, you can order by slots, like kinetic, special, and heavy. Interesting. Very interesting. This looks great. This looks cool. Universal exotic armor ornaments. We're opening up the fashion game. Players may now apply any owned exotic armor ornament of the same class and slot to their exotic armors in PvE activities. Note, armors will continue to show their base aesthetic in PvP activities to avoid confusion in combat. Example of Aeon Swift armor cosmetic screen with many ornaments to choose from. Oh, that's sick. So you get to choose any exotic arms, like ornaments that you have. Oh, that's cool. Oh, the drip game is going to be so good. You can make them look exactly how you want to. Oh, that's sick. That's good. That's a good change, Bungie. I wasn't even thinking of that, but that's great. Example of Aeon Swift using an ornament from Renewal Grasp. I mean, yeah, that's pretty good. All right, numerous sandbox buffs to existing exotic and legendary archetypes. Weapons, armor, and more are getting a pass to give you more reason to pull out old favorites or build craft with new ones. Our first article covering balance changes was released earlier this week, and that's the weapon tuning preview, which will be followed by abilities and more in the coming weeks. Reintroducing weekly objectives to support weekly rituals. Vanguard alerts will bring back some Nightfall vibes. Check the TWID from earlier today, which we went over in the previous video. Arena Ops bringing select 6-player seasonal activities such as Catch Crash and for larger fire team fun. This is great. I'm glad they're bringing back Catch Crash. I haven't played that since the season, so I'm excited for them to bring back old activities like this so we can re-experience them. That's going to be great. And then here's another image of what we saw in the TWID. Yep, we've seen this as well in a previous one. Preview of the Arena Ops screen. So here's the Arena Ops, the 6-player activities. We've got Catch Crash, Astral Alignment, Nightmare Containment. Okay, some good ones. And I know they are looking for feedback on what we should add or what we shouldn't have and things like that. I'm also interested, what is this? Is this like is this like another bonus engrams thing, or is this like the completion rewards? And we get to see what the completion rewards are? Maybe? Maybe that's already in the game and I'm just blind and deaf and don't know anything about it. New legendary weapons and armor sets to earn across the portal. Alongside new looks to earn in Renegades content, we're adding multiple themed sets to expand upon your cosmetic chase. Upcoming events. All right, let's see. For the next few months, we also have a full calendar of weekly events and modifiers to keep gameplay going within Destiny 2. The Dawning is in December. Based on player feedback, we are returning to a 3-week duration of our larger seasonal events. Beautiful. Especially for those of us who don't play that often, I would like to participate more often, and extending it to the 3-week is going to be great. Arms Week in January. Our rotation of featured weapons continues with our next Arms Week focused on bows, complete with new limited time weapon mods. Guardian Games in March, the return of our yearly class competition with updates to rewards and theming. I always love Guardian Games. I think it's so fun to compete with my friends when we're playing on our own different times. Call to Arms mid-season April. Our first Call to Arms has just started, but we're already in the midst of planning a mid-season event for Renegades. Iron Banner to be determined. The return of our themed PvP event, giving more chances to earn armor with unique set bonuses and loot. Heavy Metal to be determined. Tanks versus Briggs round 3 with new loot and holofoils to chase. I do wish, however, like Heavy Metal's cool. It's a really cool idea. I think it would be a lot of fun if they switched it up a little bit with like a new map here and there, using different things. Like I would love, you know which one would be really cool? You know the drop ships that the Fallen use? What if those drop ships we could fly around in and fight each other with against the whatever the ships are for the Cabal? Could you imagine? We just get to pick which ones we use. That would be so fun. But yeah, I'd love it if they switched up like what versus what in Heavy Metal. I think the idea for a Heavy Metal activity is really cool. I just wish they'd switch it up a little. Sprinkled throughout these months will be general portal modifiers like Weapon Foundry sponsorships to juice some gear in your arsenal, or heavy surges to increase your time with rockets and machine guns. Note some time frames may be subject to change. Keep an eye out for future TWIDs and announcements. Eyes up, Guardian. Since Destiny launched over 10 years ago, it has always been a living, reactive world. Through our successes and failures, we are grateful for the opportunities to explore different paths, learn from them, and with that clarity, build an inspiring new vision with and for our players. As we work on our plans and communications to address your feedback, thank you for being on this journey with us as we reshape our strategy for the long-term future of the Destiny franchise. Great. I think that is a great um, little blog post from the dev team here. The roadmap isn't really a roadmap. It's more like a re-explaining and putting everything that they've um, really released or talked about onto one page. So I think it's just a Renegades refresher for those of you who want to know what's coming. I think that that's good. I don't think I don't really want any more surprises other than a trailer, really. I want to be able to experience things in the game. And I know I've talked about this several times. It's been like my main talking point for the past who knows how many videos. But I'm just really trying to break out of that gosh dang habit of wanting to know everything that's going on in the game. Um, I want to be surprised. I want to be excited and left in mystery. I think that's where a lot of the magic of Destiny has uh, gone because we just know everything. But yeah, that's a really good blog post. I'm excited for all of the vault changes that are happening, as well as the exotic universal ornaments. I think that's a really good change, as well as all the activities that they're bringing in with Renegades. So yeah, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit that like button or the subscribe if you haven't already. I mean, I do post as much as I can whenever there is new news and things of that nature. So make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell if you want to keep updated with Destiny 2 news. Thank you all for coming and watching, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye!